First time for Countdown's number 2 story, tonight's worst persons in the world. Ooh, how exquisite. An all-fixed news edition. I always like these. The bronze to Dick Morris in year 12 of his endless vengeance campaign against the Clintons. What I've always hated about Hillary, he said alongside the manatee, is the phoniness. I'm from New York. I'm a Yankee fan. There's a photo from 1992 with the Secretary of State nominee wearing a New York Yankees cap, and a Washington Post article from 1994 that said she, quote, as a kid was a big-time fan of the Chicago Cubs and New York Yankees and, quote, understudied Ernie Banks and Mickey Mantle. Not only were those instances of Yankee fandom that predated Clinton's claims in 2000 that she was a Yankee fan while running for Senate from New York, but they were even before Dick Morris had to resign as President Clinton's top political advisor because he let a prostitute listen into one of his conversations with the president on the phone. The runner-up, Steve Doocy of the vendetta-filled show Fixed News and Friends, telling an interviewer that, quote, when somebody takes a shot at us on this show, because it's so light at times, we do on occasion take some shots. It's never in an over-the-top way. Never in an over-the-top way. Yes, like the time they didn't like an article from Jacques Steinberg of the New York Times, so they took photos of Steinberg and editor Stephen Redcliffe and altered them before putting them on the air to make them look like anti-Semitic caricatures. Never in an over-the-top way, mind you. But our winner, Billo, or somebody working on his behalf. Fox's show Red Eye is sometimes very funny, sometimes very crass, sometimes very stupid, and last night it was very censored internally. Check out this clip from David Bienenstock, the senior editor of High Times magazine, guesting on the program. The guy who gets censored here is Red Eye writer and producer Bill Schultz.
Well, a couple minutes ago, I was in your green room, and it definitely lived up to the name, so I'm ready to go. Fox News has the best weed in the world. I was really surprised by it.
It's not like it when you get into his personal stash, sir. I'm calling security.
Bienenstock says what he heard Bleepy Schultz say was, Mr. O'Reilly does not like it when you get into his personal stash, sir. I'm calling security. And they bleeped his name. The dark side here, these Red Eye guys don't need me defending them. They work for Fox. They got enough problems. But in bleeping the obvious joke about Billo, there's the unintended bright side. Somebody somewhere heard that and just assumed that what Schultz had said that had been so horrible that it had to have been bleeped must have been, Mr. Murdoch does not like it when you get into his personal stash, sir. Billo the Bleep, today's worst person in the world.